This meeting is being conducted in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertisement in the Cape May Star and Wave, on the Township website, and posted on the bulletin boards of Township Hall.
If you could all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Conrad.
Here.
Excuse me. Councilmember Parry.
Here.
Councilmember Roy.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Sippel.
Here.
Mayor Simonson.
Here. All right, our first order of business this evening is our work session, which is going to be presented by our town manager. Hey, that's a strapping young lad up there. Yeah. Just kidding.
Mr. Sippel,
So-
could you,
Take it away, yeah.
Eileen, hold on a second, please. About 10 months ago, when the mayor and I attended the chamber luncheon, we had shown a video of some highlights from our concert series, as well as waterfront restaurants in Lower Township. When the meeting ended, a few of the folks came up to us and asked if there was any way, if we did another thing, if we could recognize some of the historical sites in Lower Township. So this year, we're working on 3 projects, and one of them is what you're about to see that was put together by a few of us with the Coast radio station. And without further ado, Eileen, if you could let her go, I think we're good.
Is that Roland's boat?
Skellinger's Landing section of Lower Township. It's one of the largest fishing ports on the East Coast. It also provides dining and entertainment. And we're going to be hitting a lot of other jewels and historic landmarks in our township of Lower. So enjoy our video.
Good morning. Welcome to historic Cold Spring Village. My name is Jim Stevens, and I'm the Deputy Director of the village. We're a 30-acre early American living history museum, and we've been in operation since 1981. And what we do here at historic Cold Spring Village in Lower Township is we recreate aspects of life in the United States as it was 200 years ago during the early American era, after the American Revolution and prior to the American Civil War. And to do that, we have a collection of 28 restored historic buildings from throughout Cape May County as well as Lower Township that we use for that purpose. All but one of them have been brought here from other locations, including the oldest surviving building in Cape May County, which was built in 1691 right here in Lower Township. Some of the things that we recreate here, we have a real 1850 one-room schoolhouse. We have a print shop, a working blacksmith shop. We have people that demonstrate spinning and weaving, basket weaving, bookbinding, tinsmithing, many other trades as well that would have been common in a small rural community of the early 19th century. So we hope you'll come and visit us here at historic Cold Spring Village. Our historic buildings are open each summer from mid-June to mid-September, and we offer programs for schools all throughout the school year from mid-October until the end of April.
The name of this facility is Naval Air Station Wildwood Aviation Museum, and we're not really located in Wildwood. We're just inland a little bit from Wildwood and Cape May in Lower Township. The reason for that is the original name of the base was Naval Air Station Rio Grande. That's the name the Navy gave the base, and there was some confusion over Rio Grande, Texas and Rio Grande, New Jersey. So after 2 weeks of commissioning of the base, they renamed the facility to Naval Air Station Wildwood, but we are located in Lower Township, New Jersey. So this place served as a naval base from 1943 until 1945. 42 men actually died training here. There was over 129 accidents, crashes here along the Delaware Bay and along the Atlantic Ocean. So there's a lot of history to learn. Today we operate as an aviation museum. It's no longer a naval base, and there's plenty to do and see here at Naval Air Station Wildwood Aviation Museum. So prior to World War II, there was no Cape May Airport. The Army originally came in here to clear some space for an airfield. There was not enough space, so they actually moved up to Millville. And then the Navy came in and finished clearing the land here, which became Naval Air Station Wildwood. So prior to World War II, there was no Cape May Airport. Now there is, and we're glad it's here, and we're happy to be here in Lower Township, New Jersey.
Since 1988, when the Mid-Atlantic Center for the Arts and Humanities opened the Cape May Lighthouse to the public for climbing, over 2.5 million people have climbed the 199 steps to the very top. And here we are today. But what many of them probably didn't realize is that we are actually located right here at the Cape May Lighthouse in Lower Township. We're surrounded by Cape May Point State Park, which is located in Lower Township. The Mid-Atlantic Center for the Arts and Humanities, MAC for short, has restored this historic site to its former glory. This is an 1859 lighthouse. It was built in 1859. It's 157 feet tall. There's 199 steps to climb to the top. And so many people enjoy doing that as part of their trip or visit to Cape May. MAC has lovingly restored this lighthouse, as it has two other historic sites in Cape May: the Emlyn Physic Estate and the World War II Lookout Tower, Fire Control Tower number 23. So when you climb the 199 steps to the top, you are rewarded with an incredible, magnificent panoramic view of Cape May and the surrounding region of Lower Township, Cape May Point, the Delaware Bay, the Atlantic Ocean, the nature preserves. On a clear day, you can even see to Cape Henlopen, Delaware. The Cape May Lighthouse was built to withstand 4 times the strongest hurricane force winds. It's very sturdy, and it's been here since 1859, and we expect it to be here a lot longer into the future. We're here at the World War II Lookout Tower on Sunset Boulevard in Lower Township. This tower was built in June 1942 as part of Fort Miles. Fort Miles was the defense of the Delaware River and Bay during World War II. It was a system of defense for the Delaware Bay and River during World War II. Fort Miles consisted of these fire towers and batteries. Battery number 223 is located in Cape May Point State Park. You can't go up and into it and see it, but you can see it from a distance. The Mid-Atlantic Center for the Arts and Humanities restored this tower in 2009 and opened it to the public. You can climb to the 6th floor spotting gallery and see what it took during World War II to defend our coastline. Fire Control Tower number 23 is also a special place for veterans. We have a wall of honor where our local veterans are honored with their photos, and local veterans can apply to have their photos displayed for all to see there. We also have a symbolic eternal flame on the boardwalk surrounding the tower. And any time of year, all are always welcome to come here for quiet contemplation.
Hello, my name is Steve Schatz, and I have been living in Town Bank, the very historic section of Lower Township, for almost 50 years. Town Bank was founded in 1635 and is known as the birthplace of the South Jersey. It is 141 years older than our country. For many years, it was the whaling capital of South Jersey. William Penn lived in Town Bank when figuring out where to put Philadelphia. He changed our name from Portsmouth to Town Bank. For 3,000 pounds, Dr. Cox purchased 96,000 acres of southern New Jersey, including Town Bank, After 382 years, the name Town Bank remains. The Town Bank Fire Company and property owners who own 11 blocks along the beach perpetuates our name. I'm very proud that I have spent about half my life in Town Bank. It is a wonderful place to live.
Hi, welcome to the Union Bethel Cemetery here in Lower Township. This cemetery about 6 months ago did not look like this. It was completely overgrown. My name is Paul Schulte. I'm the Builders Club advisor for the Richard M. Titleman School here in Lower Township. I brought 18 kids in here, and along with the help of Kiwanis of Cape May, this is Kim Ford, and the Historic Preservation Commission of Lower Township. It was a group effort. We came in and we cleaned it up and are bringing it back to a place of dignity where it should be. It is a Union Civil War cemetery, so there are a number of veterans that are buried here. Along with veterans, there are also, there's one mass grave where 9 African-American sailors washed up on the beaches of the Delaware Bay and were buried together. No one had any names for them. No one knew who they were, but they're also buried here.
Hello, my name is Kim Ford, and I'm the Kiwanis Club president for Cape May, and today we recognize the Builders Club that we sponsor under the leadership of Paul Schulte, our advisor for Richard M. Titleman School, what work they have done here, and it's all about volunteering, giving back to the community, and that's what Kiwanis is all about. We're so proud of our Builders Club, and there's 15,000 Builders Clubs in the nation, and this club in particular has taken the time.
One of the things I had hoped when we started this whole project is my kids would get an understanding of the history of this piece of property, number one, but they also got that sense of giving back to their community. Their community has done so much for them in the past. They needed to understand that the world is a bigger place than what they are. They learned about the history and they learned about giving back to their community. They learned so many valuable lessons just being here and giving their time.
I want to thank the Builders Club students for what they have done and taken the time and effort to do that. It's leadership skills, it's building self-esteem under leadership of Paul Schulte. We just want to say thank you, the Kiwanis Club of Cape May.
We hope you enjoyed our video and will come visit some of our historical landmarks and treasures that we have right here in Lower Township. We have the bay and we have the ocean, and we are a place to remember.
Yeah. Woo. Mr. Sipple, some lights, please.
Jim, you want to make some comments? I know. Any more comments?
At this time, we're going to honor a person that was integral part of the cemetery project, and I'm going to ask Mayor Simonson to talk a little bit about that because he's more knowledgeable.
Well, I remember just a couple of years, our Builders Club had kind of faded by the wayside at Richard M. Titleman, the middle school here in Lower Township, and Paul Schulte had come to myself and the principal and wanted to start it back up again, obviously, with the support of the Kiwanis Club of Cape May. So he did that, and you saw that obviously the end of the video told it all. And we had them in here last meeting, but tonight we want to recognize our appreciation for the Kiwanis Club of Cape May. So I'm going to read a little appreciation certificate we have for you and the work that you've done, not just in Lower Township, but everywhere. But we do appreciate your leadership and your help with our Builders Club here in Lower Township. And we know that they're already working on projects in the near future. So we know that this will not be the last project that they do. So in recognition of the many contributions the Kiwanis Club of Cape May has bestowed upon the students of Lower Township, in grateful appreciation of your annual fundraising efforts, granting numerous scholarships to high school seniors, and for your sponsorship of the Richard M. Titleman School Builders Club, The Kiwanis Club's dedication to the youth of our community has afforded our children the opportunity to become future leaders through service. And that's signed by myself, the mayor, but I speak on behalf of myself, all of council, and our manager when I say thank you. And if you, we're going to come down and present this to you and get a picture if you don't mind.
It's a good video, Jim. It's a nice video.
We're getting better. By the time the Fuzzies regroup next year.
You gotta get Sammy Best on these videos.
If he saw that, he'd be bashing me. You don't even know what that was like.
That's all set. All right, we now move down to our consent agenda. Do we have any comments from council on the consent agenda only? Nope, seeing none. We move to the public portion. Any questions or comments on the consent agenda for this evening? I see none.
Approval of the minutes from the September 6th, 2017 meeting. Resolutions number 2017-250 through 2017-260. And ordinance number 2017-11, an ordinance amending Chapter 7 entitled Traffic of the General Ordinances of the Township of Lower. This ordinance establishes 3 four-way stop intersections within the township. This will be the first reading of this ordinance. The second reading and public hearing of this ordinance is scheduled for October 2nd.
I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion, we approve. Second motion.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes.
Resolution number 2017-261. This is approval of an alcoholic beverage control license, a person-to-person transfer of a license number 0505-33019-009 from A&J Blue Claw Incorporated to Panico's Secondo LLC, trading as Panico's Secondo. This license transfer has been advertised by the applicant as required by law, and no objections have been received by my office.
All right, any council comments or questions? Seeing none, open to the public on the regular agenda. No questions or comments? All right. I get a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Perry?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes. Move.
You have the original proof of publication to submit. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate it.
Thank you.
I think they're gonna make a very nice establishment there for Lower Township.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
For the record, Dave DeWeesland. And at this time, we move down to administrative reports, council comments. Councilman Conrad.
Kind of keep it kind of short. I want to thank everyone that showed up for the September 11th event down at Sunset Beach, which is part of Lower Township. Another great site. Turnout was great, and we got to remember who the heroes are in this at that time of the year. Everyone looks at different places, but to see that the firefighters and police and everybody that lost their lives that day were honored was one. I don't want to say wonderful, but the turnout was wonderful, and the Pansini family was grateful as ever. We have another event, but someone else I think is going to be speaking about that. Go ahead. On the 23rd, Wednesday, 20th, sorry, I get my dates mixed up. The 20th is Wednesday at 6 o'clock, Sunset Beach. We didn't have it announced at the last meeting. We will be doing the opening for the Run for the Fallen. It's a very moving ceremony. I've been involved for years, not quite as much as Miss Eileen here. I do show up to the ceremony and different parts, but this is something she does deserve a lot of credit for, but it's for a great cause, the Gold Star family. Hopefully everyone can make it that's here, and some others. And I think that's going to be it for tonight. David?
No comment at this time.
Councilman Roy?
The only thing I have is just recently I received a mailing from the Lower Township MUA regarding solicitation of interests from property owners and residents for future planning of sewer and water into these areas that are now relying on well and septic. I filled my letter out, and I would ask that the residents and taxpayers in the areas that are solicited to do the same, because then we'll have an equal spread across the board as far as the interest is concerned, to give them an idea whether or not we want to have this service extended into our areas. Other than that, I have no further comments. Thank you.
Deputy Mayor?
Okay, just one comment, Mayor. Actually, you touched on this last council meeting. We're having the DE agent come in and do what we call hidden in plain sight. It's a show where you walk into a bedroom and basically teaches parents how to look for drugs or alcohol from their child. Show different signs, and that's going to be Wednesday, September 27th at the Villas Fire Company. The doors open at 5:30, and the presentation will be at 6 p.m. So hoping for a good turnout that night. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. That hidden in plain sight, again, it's been a success in the past in other communities, and we look forward to a great turnout. We want to get parents out. We want parents to, when we took office, we made an oath to the people also to fight the opioid and have, the heroin epidemic and the drug problem, not just here but everywhere. But, it starts with our youth, and parents need to be educated in how to identify these types of problems. And a lot of parents are really clueless. And I can tell you that any of us here go to this hidden in plain sight, we're going to find out that we don't know as much as we think we know as far as identifying these types of problems. So we encourage everybody to get out, especially parents of really any students, because it's starting younger and younger these days. I have another announcement, something our class of 2018 at the high school is doing, and it's a lock-in. I know they did one last year and it was a huge success. I'm going to read some of the information from Kristen Logan, who is the class advisor. Following the football game, which is this Friday evening at Lower Cape May Regional, the game starts at 7. Following the game on Friday the 22nd into Saturday morning, September 23rd, the class of 2018 will be hosting a lock-in for the student body of the high school. The event is intended to spread awareness of drug and alcohol abuse and provide students with a full night without these substances and discourage poor choices involving drugs and alcohol. Students will hear from a guest speaker and have the opportunity to participate in a variety of activities, including games, movies, and food. Please encourage your students or your children to attend the lock-in. It will be a fun event that the students have been working hard on. We look forward to this and hope that you can join us. And that's from, again, Kristen Logan in the class of 2018. Another proactive step in fighting this epidemic. We can't do it talking about it. We got to get out and fight the good fight. So the other thing I also wanted to reiterate what Tom said about the September 11th ceremony. It's always very moving. Obviously, the Pansini family, family of Paul Pansini, has been there, unfortunately, since 2001 or 2002, I guess, when the first one. We've been there, and you know, you see a great turnout and a great outpouring of patriotism and support for the families who lost loved ones on 9/11. So, and again, I also want to reiterate the Run for the Fallen. If you haven't been to the opening night, it's very moving. Thursday morning, they will be passing through our high school. Do you have a time for that, Eileen? In the morning scheduled Thursday? So around 10. And I know we'll have different, the choir sings. I know they play taps. They do a little ceremony, and then the runners get on their way. The high school, where it's located on Route 9, has been designated as the mile marker for Michael Scusa, who went to Lower Cape May Regional and also lost his life fighting for our country in Afghanistan. So we hope that people can get out and attend those events. And one other thing, I know today, for anyone interested in that is into boating or such, the manager and I and Councilman Roy have been meeting monthly with council members and the mayor of Cape May City. Today we included the U.S. Coast Guard. We met on the base talking about some of the problems of people abandoning boats or vessels in Cape May Harbor. For those that don't know, Cape May Harbor is shared by Cape May City and Lower Township, so it becomes all of our problem. When boats get left there, they end up sinking, and I know that they can cost a great amount of money to be removed once they've gotten to that point. So we've been working to find solutions, and we think that we're getting closer to solving that problem that's been ongoing for many, many years. So with that, I pass the manager. You have some words for us?
In the past 6 days, if any of you have been around the airport or at the near the public safety or there, you might have noticed that over 10 tractor trailers have moved in, unloading all the new furniture for the police department, fire safety, as well as rescue. And this should be finished, I would say, by Thursday or Friday. Margaret Vitelli, our QPA, has done a great job with this orchestration of moving stuff in, moving stuff out, getting stuff ready to go to gov.com for bid. But the building appears that we're going to be making the move within a month to the newly retrofitted headquarters. And a lot of stuff right now is impressive. The police department is extremely excited as they see the new rooms, the new detectives' meeting rooms, the new dispatch is just going to be incredible. The evidence rooms, the stuff is state-of-the-art over there, and it's really a good feeling seeing us now around the 15-yard line looking to get to the touchdown. I also want the council to know that I received a report this morning from our construction office for August. Our permits were up substantially, revenue 35% compared to last August. And in West Cape May, we had a doubling. So we've been very busy, and we're still very busy in that construction office. Our fall youth sports programs are all up running with large numbers and in full effect. And I also, be the third person that said it, but the 9/11 ceremony was very somber, heartwarming, and I'm certain this Wednesday night and Thursday, I know stopping last year at a couple of the mile markers where the families that have lost a loved one and those runners stopped there, it's something special. And I don't think a lot of people realize that this group of runners is running to Homedale, New Jersey, which is a feat in itself. But Eileen does a phenomenal job with this. The fact that she gets rooms for these families around the county, and I mean rooms. How many this year? 94. And there's some of these folks coming from way up North Jersey are staying at some of our finest hotels. The number of people that come together to remember is astounding. And that's it for tonight from me.
Thank you, Eileen. We appreciate it. And so that's, at this point, we open it up to the public. Any comments from the public? If you come up to the microphone, we ask that you please state your name and address for the record. Anyone? Seeing none, close the public portion. And I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.